Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Monday, August 15. I'll just make this a short video. I don't see any other direction than up at the moment. Okay, so we may be in a bigger corrective rally, but at the same time, the current move here is certainly pointing further to the upside. So I'm on the monthly chart here, just because we've been keeping a bit of an eye on the stochastics and also the volume as well. This current volume bar here is this month, so it's not completed yet, but we would like to see it more volume than the previous month as the month ends. So that's something that we'll keep an eye on. But the volume just generally, different platforms will be different things. So yeah, we'll get a bit of an idea from CIX and Total and so on. But look, this was just to say that this is the monthly. Indicators are lagging, of course, but it's closing in on itself. It's looking like it's down, you know, it's down deep. The market has pulled down deep. I've got this as a wave 2 low. I know folks have got it as a wave 4 low because they're using log scale, and using log scale above primary degree of structure is fine. So that's probably fine as a wave 4 as well. But I kind of got the opinion that Bitcoin is just like a little penny stock. It's been going for 10 years or whatever, but it's, you know, it's just still got reoccurring patterns, you know. Bit tricky to see, but this pattern here is much the same as this one, and the other 10 patterns of the same are the same as well, and this one here is just the same as this one here. So they're all same, and you know, we'll push up, we'll pull back, and all the rest of it. But just for the, you know, for the time being, we'll stay with the low being in place, and we'll work it to the upside. So I'm just going to go from, well, I can go from 1 month to 1 day. It's not a biggie. So looking at it as as wave 1 here and wave 2 here, and then stepping it up here. There's different ways to count this up here. You know, if we're going to go from wave 1 here, for example, to wave 2 here, and then go up to wave 3 or another wave 1 of a larger degree, it can be counted in lots of different ways. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. But you know, if I know that if I was going up here, I would need if I've got that as an intermediate wave 2, then I'd have minor wave 1, minor wave 2, minor wave 3 and 4 across the old highs here, and then minor wave 5 to the to trading level 1 up here in that instance, you know. So we need to look for 5 waves from this point to above here. This will be above here, probably around the 120 or 110 or something of that nature. Wave 3 normally hits on the level here, and wave 4 pulls back. So, but we may be in a much bigger trend to the upside, so we'll adjust that. It doesn't really matter. I think what the important point here is that I don't see a corrective rally here at this moment. It could develop into a bear market corrective rally, but it's not what I'm seeing at the moment. I'm still seeing impulse waves to the upside here. Okay, so all of these here, I don't think there's any other way to count them. I don't think you can count them any other way. You could put this as an A wave and a B wave here. That's good, and then look for 5 waves up. But even if you're doing that, we still need to go higher. You know, we still need to this 30,000 here. Once the 25 here has got the tested support, you know, because it's just really arrived here at the moment, then you know, we need to be looking at 1 and 2 in here, and 3, 4, 5 up here for that. We also need the Nasdaq to come along for the ride as well. We're looking at that in a bullish light as well. You can have a look at the indices video for to get an understanding of how we're counting that and what that looks like at this point in time. So I'm just going to cut straight from here into a tick chart. I think 1K ticks will do the job. I think we've been here in 100 ticks as well, but let's get in 20 should be over enough. So this is I've counted this a little bit differently again here, but it's the same thing, just different labeling, so don't worry about it too much. I'll keep adjusting it, you know. I'm always got a few counts on the go, trying to think outside the box a little bit, and I'm sure the count that you got can be right as well. So but wave 1 and 2 here, we can look at this as an A and a B here, but even if we looked at it as a B wave, as I mentioned, we've got 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here, or 2 to here, and then we were looking, last time I spoke, I think we were looking for wave 1 going up here. I think we're in here somewhere. So we've pushed up. Obviously when we hit 25, which is the medium level, we're going, you know, it's a brick wall. So wave 2 has come back, and then we've got wave 1 and 2 here. And so as I was harping on last time, we should see, when you think about it, if it's right, we've got wave 2 here, and wave 2 here, and wave 2 here, and wave 2 here, and wave 2 here. We should see this really move off quite strongly here now, you know. So that was one of the things to note. Let's see if we get that, you know. I mean, how else would you count this little pattern in here besides 1s and 2s in here? I just can't see it any other way, because you have overlapping wave structures. I suppose you could look at it as a triangle pattern. You could kind of wingle that into it a bit. But look, anyway, what I am seeing, the bottom line is that we're seeing impulse waves to the upside in all the structures and corrective waves to the downside. So that tells me the market is pointing up. Is this count right? I don't know. It could be other counts as well. It could be a corrective count. But in the short term, we still need to see higher ground. So we will be going higher in all of this. So we can use this one here now. We'll look for wave 3 here, and 4 here, and 5 here. That will give us this wave 3, and then we'll have wave 4 here. And then wave 5 moving up higher. It will need to double check on it. It could get a bit messy. You know how it got messy here? Because it's 25, I would expect the market to hold it here in a couple of different ways. But at the same time, this is like a bit of a spring being loaded here with this 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 in here. So at the same time, it should go quite fast through here. So normally 25 would hold it, but because of the structure, if the structure's right, then we should see it push straight up through that on increased volume as well. So we'll see how that plays out at this point. So this will be another little 1 and 2 in here as well. So I guess as long as these lows stay in place, then everything is pretty rosy, really. So anyway, it's all going according to how it should be going. So that's all good. And we'll have a look at Ethereum. So we've had this wave 1 and 2 here, and then we've been counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2 here as a little ABC, and then 1 and 2. So now we can look at this here as a 1 and 2 here. We could probably, that's Minky watching doggy TV. Wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 there. And he likes to, some dogs watch TV, some dogs see the TV, and other dogs don't see the TV. It's kind of weird. Yeah, so look, it's the same with Bitcoin at the 25,000, same as Ethereum here at the 2,000. Obviously they're different numbers, but they're both big numbers. So the market will spend time here and we'll do a little dance around. But what we're really looking for is this to become support. Now we know that support can come from a pattern like this, the classic trading levels pattern. We're hitting here already and pulled back, and now we're pushing up here. So we need to see it check back. It's basically about checking back. Once it gets up here, it'll need to check back, you know. Can this be counted differently here? Yeah, I could go from here. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. I could do that. But then if it takes out that top there of 5 there, then I've got to kind of add to that. Then I'll still need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So whichever way I look at it, it still needs to go up higher. So that's one of the main things. And I've been asked to look at Mara. So that's in the frame. That's all good. So yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it for ages, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here for this. So perhaps this is the ABC pattern here. I'll need to have a bit of a closer look at this here to see if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, because we may end up with 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, that could be. I'll need to check that out. I've got money in this myself, so I'll need to check on this. But as you can see here, the $20 is the next next port of call here, and it will be a bit of a game stopper. So just be prepared for that. So the question you need to ask yourself is, do I trade to 20 and get out? Or am I going to stay in here because I think it's more bullish and I'll go for the long term here? There's a couple of ways to look at all of that. And first of all, just have a look at the volume, because I think we talked about this before here, where we had increased volume through here, decreasing volume through here, increasing volume through here, decreasing volume in the correction here. And that's exactly what you want in a bullish market. Corrections are on lower volume, and if a market is moving down and you can see that it's on lower volume, then you know it's corrective. And if you know it's corrective, well, you may want to hold through that. You know, if it was increasing volume, you'd probably want to do a runner on that, you know. And all these here, so as I mentioned before, what I'm seeing with all of this is that apart from seeing impulse waves to the upside and corrective waves to the downside telling me it's pointing up, I'm also getting the volume is confirming the price action as well, because the volume is pumping to the upside and decreasing to the downside. So this will continue to move to the upside, and it will end up at, you know, at 20 here. It will react from here, and it will push higher up into 22, 23, because I can see this structure here still needs to finish. But it could spend some time here, and I don't know if you want to. Just depends on what the reason for your holding this for, you know. But the normal thing is something like this here. So it might not be that big, right? It might not be that big, but I'm just preparing you for something like this, okay? So if you wanted to hold through all of that, well, then that's cool. You know, some folks might. I might hold through. I'd probably hold through all of this, and I'll probably buy some back in the dip over here for that, and then continue on if that's going to be the case. So I'll just look to add to my position rather than taking the money at the 20 in this particular case, because I want to go for the longer haul. And the reason I'm going for the longer haul is because I can see Bitcoin is got all those 1s and 2s in the market, you know. So I'm kind of thinking it's got to go up further. That's okay. The Nasdaq's going up further. That's okay. You know, the S&P and all that. So everything's going to go up further. They've got to have pullbacks and things. I know that. Just as an example of that, I don't know. Do I have the Nasdaq here? Let me just have a look. I mean, I do have it here. I'm just wondering what I had it labeled as, though. Not that one. Where is it? Looking at too many charts. US tech stocks. So just generally looking at this here. This is the Nasdaq here. So from this low here, we're looking at it as 1 and 2, right? And then 1, 2, 3 here, and 4 here, and that will take us up to wave 5 here. So we're going from wave 2 to wave 3 up here. Then we're going to go back for wave 4, then we're going to go up for wave 5, which will either make wave A or make wave 1 here. And then we're going to, if I've got a drawing tool, get rid of that for a moment. So we've got to finish this wave 4 to wave 5 here, and then we're going to come back to wave 4, then we're going to go up to wave 5, and then we're going to have some sort of ABC pattern coming back here again, and then we're going to go up again after that. That's, if you're going to trade Mara and Bitcoin, all the rest of it, this is basically what this is looking like here. So whichever way I look at this, we're looking at it as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave up here to be as a larger B wave, but we can also look at it as wave, all of this here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and back for 2, and then going up for 3 up this way. So it just depends, you know, how you trade, really, you know. I mean, Mara is just a stock, so there's no leverage on it. So not a big deal to hold through all of that, because we'll end up through here somewhere, you know. But anyway, everybody's different. If you want to take the money at $20, then that's the way to do it. Okay, I'll leave it all at that. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.